We are live. I am starting early because I cannot wait to start talking about the National Basketball Association. Now, am I excited for tonight's games? No, not really. But overall, we've been doing really good. Slow start the first week, but I'm back on track. And I'm excited to break down some NBA with you guys today. So, hey, start early, tweet this out, get a couple people in here. And then help me out today, chat. You know how it goes when I'm solo. I would love to hear from you guys. So we had a fun show yesterday. Ended up going 3-1 overall. If you were watching the show, we gave about 2 official plays. Then I added 2 to the sheet. That goes out for Nuke the House subscribers. So nukethehouse.com. You go to NBA projections, and those are my projections and my plays. 3-1. I added the Bulls, win. Added the Rockets, loss. 2-0 on the plays that I gave out today, though. So I'm excited to check this out. What's up to my guy Clyde? He says, I took Pistons minus 3.5. Tell me why I'm wrong. I don't know if I can, Clyde. As much as I would love to, I would love to tell you that you're wrong, Clyde. I don't know if you are today, though. So let's just cue that game up right now. Thank you, Clyde. It's almost like you're my co-host, bud. New York Knicks plus 3.5 in Detroit taking on the Pistons. Total 229. Let me refresh the injury report because I know yesterday when I was doing my prep, I saw that OG Anunoby was out for sure. Also, Josh Hart is on there, and Mitchell Robinson and some other guy, I don't know who, party. So it's going to be Jalen Brunson, Miles McBride, Mikal Bridges, Precious, and Towns. Not that bad. Is that bad a lineup? I don't think that's bad. Clyde said I said Heat Bulls overs yesterday, and it hit. All right. Yeah, we'll get you on here one of these times, bud. I'm going to knock today out quick, though. Dude, I know you guys don't want to hear about my personal life, but unbelievable how much it's going to cost to get this house fixed out. I mean, fixer-upper is legit. So we got to win some money tonight, guys. I also see projected minutes for Landry Shamet, campaign, Tyler Kolek. He's been a darling in the props market. DeLon Wright, Marjan Beauchamp, PJ Tucker, now a Nick. All expected to get minutes tonight. Okay, so we got that going on. Let's look at a couple trends. I wrote these up yesterday, so I don't remember them off the top of my head. Oh, no, that's Minnesota-Memphis. Let me get the trends up for this game. And Minnesota-Memphis is the one, I'll be honest, though. That's the one I'm going to have the most eyes on tonight. Clyde's talking about Heat's Bulls in the chat. That was the other one. It was like that Lakers, it was fun to watch Luka clown on Dallas, and they suck, right? Blah, blah, blah. But I actually had more eyes on the Heat and the Bulls with the idea that this is really going to matter in the playoffs. All right. Couple reasons why you could be wrong. What's up, my guy? Razor Sharp Picks. Always a great capper. Make sure you're following him. He does well on everything, but fantastic at the horse races if you're interested in that. He's also great at Major League Baseball, NBA, things like that. So follow my guy, Razor Sharp Picks. Clyde, you told me look at reasons. How about this one? New York 6-1 against the spread over the last 7. Detroit only 1-4 against the spread in their last 5. Not only that, they're not even winning, Clyde. 1-4 straight up over their last 5 games. Total's gone over 5 of the last 6 times these teams have faced off. Detroit 2-5 against the spread at home. New York also 12-5-1 against the spread in their last 18 against Detroit. All right. So we got that going for us. Let me pull up some more stats about these teams. You know what, guys? When I'm by myself and I don't have Tyler to mess with me, you're going to get more stat-heavy show. So this would be the 3rd straight loss for Detroit at home. That hasn't happened all season. There you go. Okay. That's another good one for you there, Clyde. New York also went to overtime in their last game. Now, do they want to bounce back, or does it just not even matter? The Pistons actually won the last 2 times these 2 teams faced off, even though they didn't cover. So we got that going for us. Other numbers here. So far this season, New York is 40-39 against the spread. Detroit 42-35. New York 18-21 on the road. However, Detroit 18-21 at home. New York 6-10 as an underdog. Detroit 18-18 as a favorite. Looking at the totals, this is a surprise for the Knicks. The Knicks have gone over 41 times, gone under 38. Detroit's even 39-39 with a push. Both teams are 19-20 if you sort by the road. So, couple trends there to the over, a couple trends to the Knicks. However, Clyde, for my last thing, I must say, I think my projections agree with you too. Sorry, I got Starlinked. That's where we need Tyler here, right? For when I get Starlinked. Yeah, I was projected as a 4-point Pistons win. And what did I have projected on the total? My total projected. All right. Slight lean to the Pistons, slight lean to the under there. All right. This is crazy, huh? Cleveland Cavaliers plus 10. I'm going to look that up. I don't think they've been 10-point dogs all year. Cleveland Cavaliers are plus 10, huh? Well, we better head over to RotoWire and find out why. Here, let me get off this Knicks game. So, Garland's out. Mitchell's out. Mobley's out. Max Strus is out. You know what that leaves us with? It's a nice starting lineup of Ty Jerome, who's been excellent when either of the guards have missed. Okay. I'm trying to talk myself into Cleveland here in case you guys haven't figured that out. Sam Merrill. Isaac Okoro. Hey, he's good on defense. Dean Wade. Actually not a bad player. And then Jared Allen will start at the 5. On the other side, the only one they're worried about is Ben Shepherd for the Indiana Pacers. I didn't even know his first name was Ben. I was just guessing. I guessed right. Okay, my projections tell you to take the points. What a surprise. My projections almost always tell you to take the points. The Pacers have won 9 of their last 11 games. And if they get this win tonight, they will get home court in the first round. So for this win tonight, it would lock them into the 4 seed. And then, boy, I was writing it up. That'll be tomorrow night, Milwaukee and Indiana. Well, I guess it won't matter then, huh? No, is it Milwaukee, Detroit tomorrow night? Let me double check that. I think it is. Yeah, I think in the Milwaukee, Detroit will play tomorrow night for the 5 seed, assuming Indiana tonight. I know you guys want Tyler Clyde. Everyone likes him more than me. You don't know how much that hurts my heart. Okay. Let's see what else we got for this game. Cavaliers have been a wagon this year, 46-32 against the spread. Pacers, not so much, 37-41. However, I don't have it right here, but if you sort recently, the Pacers are a lot better. You remember how bad the Pacers started? So when you're going full season trends and looking at their numbers, keep that in mind. That was a terrible first 2 months of the season. If you just sort recently, you're going to have much better numbers for the Indiana Pacers. Cavaliers, like I said, wagon 24-15 ATS on the road, 19-18 at home. And I was right. They have not been a double-digit dog all year. When Indiana's laying 8 or more, right, this is tonight, they're 3-6 against the spread. So, yeah, they have been covering a lot. And, you know, I listen to my guy, Ski Profit, a lot. He came on the Wagering World with us last week to preview Monday to preview the national championship game. And something he always says that I hear his voice in my mind when I'm capping games is like, if I can't trust you to get stops, how can I trust you to cover a spread? And I'm kind of feeling that way about the Indiana Pacers tonight. These teams have split against each other so far. this season when it's coming to ATS. Now, how many have they covered in a row? Well, they didn't cover against Washington. I almost wanted to take that. Tyler took me out of that. They covered against Utah as a 17-point favorite. They did not cover against Charlotte, but that kind of matters where you got the line. It closed at 14.5. It was a 14-point win. And they did not cover against the Kings in March. So Indiana, they have been playing better lately. Let me give you a couple more trends. Cleveland's only 2-5 against the spread over the last 7 games. Total's gone over in 8 of Cleveland's last 12 games. Cleveland 10-4 straight up in their last 14 against Indiana. However, they did want to win most of those. So I was wrong about Indiana. Look at this. I just sorted by the last 20 games. They're 6-13. Or last 19, excuse me. 6-13. Total's gone over in 6 of their last 8 games. And the total's gone over 8 of the last 12 games. So, looking for a trend here? Seems to say take the over. Don't worry about betting the side here. Although if I were going to, I'd probably take the points here. My projections have this as a 7-point win here, and I have this going over. This might be an overplay for me. So far, everything we've talked about so far, I like this the best. I like playing it over here. And I love playing over in Pacers games. They just play so fast. It's just, they can explode at any time. Even off a slow start, I want to double back down. All right, I might be looking into that over there for the Pacers. The Atlanta Hawks are taking on the Brooklyn Nets. Guys, I'm not going to spend a lot of time on this one. Are the Hawks locked in at 7? Let me double check. Hold on. Man. Starlink, I guess I shouldn't have clicked on the standings. That's too much for Starlink to handle. Thanks. Bro, maybe instead of cutting the whole government, get my Starlink to work. All right. Atlanta is 37-42. Chicago's 37-43. Okay. So Atlanta needs to win this game then. Right? I don't need to pull out a playoff machine to figure that out. So Atlanta does need to win. I mean, but I guess I don't know who has the tiebreak between Atlanta and Miami. I guess they could even fall all the way down to 10. Regardless, Atlanta has something to play for. Brooklyn does not. Brooklyn's 26-53. And in fact, they don't even have incentive to lose either. Brooklyn's locked in their little lottery position. Oh, I put out a tweet today. I hope you guys completely agree with me. Let's go back to the flat lottery. And let's just pick 14 ping pong balls. Let's give these teams no incentive to tank at all. Okay. Rant over. Jeff Stenberg. Always giving Keg crap. I'm happy that you're not in here just roasting me all the way. He says, Jared Allen, 9+ boards is 400. Any rebound for Cleveland. Yeah, and so I would agree with you. My concern is even though he starts, how many minutes will he even play? Do they pull him after 15 minutes? Is he going to get his full complement of run? That would be my concern there. Let me go back to this Cleveland one more time. All right, so when we're talking about who else could rebound, first person off the bench tonight will be DeAndre Hunter, Craig Porter. I hope he's not related to Michael Porter. He barely even plays. Yeah, this is pretty weak. Yeah, I would see what you're saying. Tristan Thompson, Okeke, even a Monty Bates sighting. Unbelievable. Yeah, I completely agree with you. My only concern on that play is just that he's just out there and we're way on pace, and then he gets pulled in the 3 minutes into the third quarter and we don't see him again. But at plus 400, bro, I say you go for it. All right. There we have it. And I kind of like the over in that game. So hopefully high pace, lots of missed shots, lots of chances. Let's go back to this Brooklyn game. They're still sitting people, even though it doesn't matter. So no Kemp, no D'Angelo Russell, no Day'Ron Sharp. Reese Beekman going to start, huh? Not a big Reese Beekman guy. I'm Apologize. I'm not familiar with your game. Is Shaq just the worst announcer? He ruined that show. For those of you guys that are old enough to remember, that show was so much better before Shaq came on. All right. Keon Johnson, Zaire Williams, Trenton Watford, Nick Claxton. Going to start over there. Trae Young's a game time decision. My guess is with him needing this game, he's going to play. Capella and Nance are going to be out for sure. All right. So let's go back to this game where I'm going to go back to my projections now. I have this as only a 6-point Hawks win. Interesting. I must have done this wrong. I got this thing like 16 points under. That doesn't say. I must have done this wrong. Hold on. No, I didn't. Wow. And did I put this 233? All right, yeah, we're playing the under in this game. That might be my biggest edge of the year. 16 points on a total? Yeah, I have to be missing something. How could the total be so high? All right, let me keep looking into this. I'm going to pull up their recent game logs. Okay. Yeah, I mean, Orlando put up 229 against Orlando. It's way better than going against Brooklyn. They scored 147 against Utah and gave up 134 against Utah. The Knicks lasted on 126. Okay. Against Dallas, it was 226. 238 against Dallas, 240 against Portland. All right, Brooklyn must be throwing up some low scores. Let's see what they're at. They beat the Pels last night. No, 2 nights ago. And that one landed on 234. This is 233.5. They landed on 129 against Toronto. Okay, now I'm seeing why these projections are going to knock it down. They only scored 90 points against Minnesota. But comparing Minnesota's defense to Atlanta, it's like comparing a cat to a dog. They put up 222 against Dallas and 227 against Washington. Only 227 against Washington. That's not too. Let's go back a little farther. They look 32. They only put up 86 against. The way my projections go, these outliers like scoring 86 against Toronto are really going to lower this. That's a heavy concern here for the projections. Multiple times. Sorry, I dumped out again. So they scored between 100 and 110 multiple times in March. So let's just say they did that tonight. Say they came in at 107. The Hawks would have to have 127 to go over. Yeah, we're going to play the under there. We are back. Come on, Elon, fix this. The Pelicans are plus, maybe someone is keying my Starlink. Oh, unbelievable. Pelicans are plus 15 in Milwaukee taking on the Bucks. Total 221.5. Let me check the projections and see if there's any outliers. I got this one at 227, and I got the Bucks winning by 15. I really don't have a lot on this game. These 15-point spreads are tough for me, and I talked about this before. I know, huh? I just moved out to the wilderness, and I'm using Starlink, and it's not the best. But I mean, I can't even see a neighbor. Yeah, I have no idea. I've been here, that I've never met one of my neighbors. A couple days ago, I thought maybe one was coming up. Nope. It was the old real estate agent trying to get his sign back. All right, the Pelicans plus. We're not even talking about this game. I'm gonna give you a couple trends, and we're gonna keep it moving. New Orleans 2-4 against the spread in their last 6 against Milwaukee. Milwaukee 4-1 against the spread in their last 5. Total's gone over in 6 of Milwaukee's last 8 games. Total's gone over 14 of the last 17 times these two teams have played. If I were going to, Sean, what's up, buddy? Sean did a great job on the live show tonight. Make sure you're catching him and Holden. They go live Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday night. And he's giving out live picks, live player pops. If you're a Nuke the House member, you know how well he does in our Discord. I appreciate you jumping in. He says Giannis most likely doesn't play. I wonder how much that would have. I'm going to stay away from this one. But if, like, let's say you said you have to bet it, I would bet the over. Okay. The final game of the night. And this is the one that hopefully I stay up for it. Only 8 Pelicans available tonight. And the Pels are sitting. Yeah. Okay. I'm staying away from that game. I'm not even playing that game. I think the best thing to do for that game is go into the Discord because Sean knows these players really well, and he's going to find the right player prop for you to attack, especially on the Pelican side, because I know some people don't like it when everybody sits everybody, but it does create opportunity for people who are sharp with the player props because it's not like Giannis, right, where we can look darts here trying to put up these crazy lines, especially with the player props. And that's where someone like Sean, who's been putting the work in all season, right? He's not just, wait for the playoffs and then I'll cap, right? He started from October 22nd, the day this league tipped off, and has been capping it every single night. So take advantage, nukethehouse.com, get in the Discord, get those plays. But let me go back to what I do best, and that's just break down the team, the sides, the totals, and who's going to win. And I want to talk about Minnesota versus Memphis. What an exciting game here. Pull back up my standings page, and what do I see? Oh, wow. Minnesota 46-33, Memphis 47-32. Both teams desperately want this game to avoid the play-in. Speaking of desperate, can you believe Golden State lost in 17.5-point favorites last night? That I did not think they would be a play-in team, especially with how well they've been since Jimmy Butler arrived. And now, right now, the season ended today, they might be a play-in team. And I think Golden State would be rooting for – I don't know if they have the tie. See, I don't know the tiebreakers off the top of my head. I wonder who they're rooting for tonight. Interesting. I'll have to look that up. But this is obviously a key game. Let's look at how these teams fared against each other earlier this year. Minnesota's done well against them. 6-3 against the spread in their last 9 against Memphis. Wow, here's a stat that jumps out to me. Memphis 1-12 in their last 13 home games against the spread. Wow, no wonder they fired their coach. Total's gone over 4 of the last 5 times these teams have played, but Memphis has gone under in 4 of their last 5 games. Memphis 5-15 overall in their last 20 against the spread. So they're definitely struggling, but I mean, there's a reason that they fired their coach. Let me pull up their individual games against each other because this should be the 4th time this year they've played, maybe the 3rd. So they split this year when they played. And let's look at some of their most recent performances. All right. So Minnesota had their win streak snapped against Milwaukee. I felt like I got lucky on that one. I talked about it on Sean with Sean and Holden last night. I went to bed thinking that was lost. I think it was 91-74 when I went to bed. And Milwaukee came back and won the game. So fantastic work by the Bucks, and Minnesota has to be kicking themselves because they wouldn't be in the 8th seed right now if they would have just held on to that lead. Memphis has won 3 games in a row. They did not cover against the Heat, however, on the road. That was only a 2-point win. I actually like that one because I took the Heat plus 5.5 in that one. Then they won and covered against Detroit, and that was on Saturday night. Then they beat Charlotte by 24. I mean, does that really predict how we're going to do here tonight against Minnesota? So Sean's on Minnesota money line. All right. I could see that. So their 5-game winning streak ended when they blew a 20. It ended up being 24. I think I went to bed. It was 17. Yeah, it was a lot. Okay. Memphis has lost 4 of their last 5 home games. And this will be the final game. So another thing to look at is maybe the over in this game as well, because we know that, which is weird. They were already one of the fastest paced teams in the league, right? And now they want to play faster. They've allowed 124 points a game at home over their last 13 games. They've given up 115 or more in 11 of the last 13. Over the last 15, 30, 16th in overall defensive rating. That doesn't stand out to me. Yeah, this is too small sample size there for this to be a lot. They are fouling a lot, though. Yeah. All right. Maybe look at the over here. Let me see where I projected this at. No, wow. I have this projected, 230. I have it 230 on a 231. And I have the Wolves winning by 1.4 points. All right. I'm going to check the chat with you guys, and then I'm going to give out my favorite play for the night. Let's see. Antonio Reeves for 25 is plus 225. Sean took Minnesota money line. Ja has scored 22 or more in every game since Taylor Hendricks was fired. Ja has done guns, grenade. What is next? A tank. Yeah. Well, Memphis doesn't tank. Sacramento should tank. I wish we would. And Jeff's on Ja over 2.5 threes. All right. Well, you know what? I'm going to stick with Sean's play there. I'll go Minnesota money line with him. Sean's been doing well in the NBA. If you're a member of Nuke the House and you're in the Discord, you don't need me to tell you that. But if you're not, go to nukethehouse.com, get a free trial, jump in the Discord, check out all these plays that Sean's talking about. Access to my projections. It's going to be definitely worth your money, nukethehouse.com. My favorite play for tonight, however, is this Atlanta Brooklyn under. And, that's why you run numbers. I mean, I wouldn't have even thought about playing this game, but it just jumps out at such an edge. And if I lose, I lose here. I hope I didn't dump out because I don't see a lot of Wi-Fi on right now. But that's my favorite play for tonight. If you're a Nuke the House member, check the sheet. I might have some more up by tip off at 7 p.m. Eastern, 4 p.m. Pacific. But if not, that's the play for me today. Thank you, guys. I think Tyler's going to be back with me tomorrow. Maybe Tyler will be back tomorrow. But, dude, bro, I don't know what to do, dude. Do you know how much I pay Starlink? Dude, it's expensive. All right. Thank you, Jeff. I appreciate the GoFundMe. What was I going to say? 15 games on the slate tomorrow. All 30 teams in action. Yeah, it's going to be a long rundown. Let me just look at the standing schedule. I keep bouncing back and forth. I'm going to check the schedule and see which games matter for tomorrow. So we already talked about, and this will be on NBA TV. Come on, guys, refresh. All right, Milwaukee, Detroit will matter. Orlando, Indiana should matter for Orlando. Charlotte, Boston doesn't matter. Cleveland, New York will not matter. Washington, Chicago. Chicago will need to win, but who can't beat Washington? Oh, wait. Who lost to Washington? Oh, no, I'm thinking of the Warriors losing to the Spurs. Yeah, Elon is down bad. We got stop firing people and fix the Starlink, Elon. Toronto plays Dallas. I mean, I know Dallas needs to win, but whatever. Brooklyn plays Minnesota. Minnesota will definitely need that game. OKC plays Utah. That will not matter. Nobody will care. Golden State will play Portland. Golden State will definitely need to win that. They'll be like 10, 12-point favorites at least. I wonder what they'll be. There. I would say minus 12.5. Portland's playing better than San Antonio's right now, and Golden State just lost to San Antonio. Clippers play Sacramento. That will definitely matter to at least the Clippers, and I'm pretty sure the Kings. I think are in 9. If KD didn't get hurt, I really thought that Phoenix was going to knock Sacramento up. Okay. San Antonio plays Phoenix. Nobody's going to care. They can't move up. Okay, so only the Clippers are going to care about that one. Okay. I'm going to have to Google him. And I'm usually good with these references. All right, I'll Google that when we're done. Thank you. I like when I learn things, though. Houston and the Lakers. I know Houston's clinched. I think the Lakers will at that point, too. Sean, did the Lakers clinch 3 with that win last night, right? Or did they just clinch playoffs? I think they just clinched playoffs. Let me double check the standings one more time. So Lakers cannot be in the play-in 31. No, I guess the Lakers do need that game. Houston does not, though. Yeah, so Lakers will be trying. That'll be interesting to see what that's lined at. That was my one loss last night. I thought Houston would keep it close against the Clippers, and they did not. So now they're going to spend some time in LA with everything wrapped up. Yeah, that's probably going to be a Lakers smash spot. So, all right, guys. I almost want to do it on the air. It's not like there's anything else. Is it? Bro, this is messed up. He died. Unbelievable. Well, that's too bad. And it says the main thing was he was part of that five-person no-hitter. All right, I'm gonna give the rest of the deal. Houston played no one. Green played a half. Houston won't play anyone full game that is meaningful. Lots of Reed Shepherd bets. Good, because my buddy 5 Star is not high on that Reed Shepherd pick, and I'm saying give the kid a chance. And he has more life than my Wi-Fi. On that note, I'm out of here. See you guys tomorrow. Nuke the house.